Welcome to NoCertCyber. This is our 8th video and we're going to build our skeleton in this video, which should be super awesome. Skeleton is just the main Python script where we're going to put all our nodes and then it will recall all the smaller Python scripts like a nmap and everything else. If you haven't checked out the video number 7, this is a demo for skeleton where you can actually see what we're building, and it's a super cool video and it's super impressive. Quick reminder, if you do this stuff without permission on somebody else's network, you get criminally charged. All of this stuff is purely for training purposes. And what you do with it is all on you. So as you can see, we have Kali skeleton running npfSense. This way pfSense will route our traffic so we have internet and we can download the tools and install whatever we need. So far you guys done a great job getting everything sorted, and now we're going to do all the fun part. Let's open the terminal. In this video we will be using AI to do some cool stuff as well, so stay tuned for that. But first we're going to go through the boring stuff and actually learn how to use terminal. So if you press the window key and the arrow, you can get the terminal window moved to the half of the screen. Some people don't actually know how to do that. That works in Windows and in Linux as well. So let's start moving around. So change directory is how you move. You can go back and you can go forward by tabbing as well. So I usually use tab because I'm lazy, and you probably should be lazy too. Change directory can also go to the root, which is a / In Linux, root is like where everything starts. What we're going to do, we're going to use gedit. This is a gedit is text editor really, and it's not installed. In this version, you can just click yes. Everything is going to be installed for you. As you can see, you need to provide the password for your root user, for your sudo, because it's going to update the libraries, and libraries require permissions. NoCertCyber, let's go. It's starting to download the packages, and yes, of course, we would love you to install everything. This is super handy. However, some tools don't get loyal treatment like this, and you actually install them from Git repositories, from the GitHub. And I'll show you how to do all of that as well. So the reason I installed gedit is because I want to show you something. So right here we have copy of our file structure. I copied that straight off the Linux information that I have on my skeleton, and you can just have a quick look where everything goes. Root is a root. You can go bin. Sbin is where your main tools are. For example, gedit would have been installed in one of those tools, and your CDs are also from those paths as well. So dev is devices, etc holds configurations, home is your home where your users are, lib is the libraries, mounted is like for your hard drives or mounting stuff when you plug stuff in, proc, never used that before, temp is your temporary. Just remember, whenever you reboot, it deletes everything from the temporary folder, so don't put your important stuff in there. User holds the user's data. Variable is different logs and some other random stuff. And opt is where you put your script, really, or tools. So we're going to use opt directory to put skeleton in. Quick reminder, it actually requires root privileges, so we'll be putting everything as root, which is fine because a lot of tools actually require permissions of root to access libraries that they use. And for example, nmap, if you want to run nmap with the scripts, you have to have root. So everything in skeleton is going to be run as root. Very handy command is clear. Clear will delete everything, and you get fresh terminal. Super cool. CLS is clear for CMD and PowerShell, I think, but it won't work here, as you can see. Clear is the one for Linux. ls will list all the stuff in directory. As you can see, we just looked at most of this stuff, and if you see something that you haven't seen before, you can always Google stuff. You can always write a comment. As a matter of fact, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel, because this is going to help me a lot to teach more people. And if you have any questions, make sure you write the comment, because right now nobody writes anything, so I can answer all of them. Once I'm going to have a lot of comments, I won't have enough time, so utilize that time as you go. Whenever using any commands, we can use help. And as you can see, help actually talks about help. All it is just a manual for all the stuff in here, all the handy switches. Yeah, the one I use is A, which is lists everything. Dot means it's hidden. If you don't have A, it won't show you stuff with the dot. So A is pretty handy. And I use L and H, human, readable, and use long listing format. Clear, ls, la, and that's what you get. Pretty straightforward. You get your permissions, users, size, date, and the name. You're gonna ask, what permissions? We're gonna open gedit again. I'm very glad that you asked, because here it is once again from the Linux info folder from original Kali, you can see exactly what file type it is, if it's a directory or whatever. In this case, we do have a D for directory. L is for link, I believe. Yep, L is for link. Yeah, and then file is empty. For permissions, you got read, write, execute. Original permissions are for the owner, whoever created. The second one is a group, and then third one is the others. The user, the group, size, date, the actual file, password. Cool beans. Very straightforward. Whenever you write stuff, sometimes it might not work. Is that because you might not be able to execute because of your permissions? It's always handy to check out your permissions with the tag la, and then you can write command chmod, change mod, and then you can write, what are you changing? You can write 777, which will give you max access for everything. Alright, cool. We covered all this stuff now, but we'll be doing that stuff maybe down the track if we require. And you'll go back to home. As you can see, la is the way to go because you get all this extra stuff compared to what you got before. Okay, happy days. Let's go back to root. So it's a forward slash because we're going to be using opt directory. What we want to do, we want to change to root, because if you're going to make something, let's say we're going to make directory skeleton, it won't let us because we don't have permissions. We can either write sudo make directory skeleton and it will let us, but then we're going to ask for the password and I have to write sudo every single time. Or we can write sudo su and it will change us into the root. Look at that, super fancy red color. What we're doing now, we're pretty much putting auto sudo into everything. So it'll be sudo make directory skeleton. Make directory skeleton. And then if we ls it, we got skeleton. Change to skeleton. I'm lazy, I use tab all the time. You should be lazy too. You should use tab as well. Don't waste your time writing stuff. So skeleton is brand new folder. There's nothing in here. We want to create some basic folders to make it work. So we're going to make directory working. That's where we're going to have all our output. We're going to make directory tools. I'm a tool. Tool's going to use some bash scripts to sort through the files. And the most important one, we're going to make imports. In this case, it's going to be imports too for me because I'm not changing code. I'm just going to copy paste it, most of it. And I'm going to create true paths with already existing file names and everything else. So right now we're in skeleton. If we were going to go to tools, we can go cd write tools, or this will change it. However, the more appropriate way to do it is // That means in this directory, we want to go to tools, right? And I'll go to tools. So this is going not through the true path. If you write pwd will give us true path. So if you're going to write cd opt skeleton tools and change to that, that will be true path. Just a quick test. Boom, root pwd, which shows you where you are, and then go again, tools. True path, not true path. So pretty much full entire name to the folder, not full entire name. When we code, we use true paths because this is way more secure way of making things work every single time, because it's going to go to the same folder every single time. And I think this is us for all the folders for now. I do like gedit. You can use a Vim or whatever other thing you want to do. You can probably even do folders. So over here, you can navigate to the root and then go opt skeleton. And I don't think you'll be able to actually create anything because you need privileges to do so, and so therefore you need a terminal. So joke's on you, open in terminal. But you can look at it in GUI. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah, you can't create stuff. New folder, you can't do it because you don't have privileges. Joke's on you. See, need terminal. Cool story, bro. So gedit, and it's gonna be skeleton main2.py. Press enter, it will create the actual file. Control S will save as well, if the little shortcut over here. Oh, here you go, Python 3 at the bottom. Cool, cool, cool. Over here, what if we go to dark style? Here we go, that's way better. It's too bright to have a light style. Make sure you give yourself a favor and change it to dark style. Just like that. So I'm gonna copy paste right here. This is our skeleton. It's important to note that it's using the sub process. Pip is what you use to install Python modules or imports or whatever. I don't think sub process is part of the original pip library, so we might have to use pip to install sub process. We'll find that out later when we start writing more modules. What we got here is a couple of variables, then main message, which is main text with all the notes, and then a bunch of code and everything. And it sucks how it's not highlighting stuff. Let's save that and then reopen it. Is it going to change the colors? Yeah, here you go, double click, and now it's showing us all the Python stuff, which is way easier to read than just plain white text. Things to note, hashes is your comments. This is part of very important code, because what this line gives you ability to print this. Without that line, you're not going to be able to have this cool skeleton sign like that. And then you got imports, variables, main message, your functions for the buttons and everything else, and just a bunch of text boxes and everything else. Just a quick reminder, this code is available on Patreon. So Patreon have a $5 function when you can copy paste this code, or you can just write it yourself from scratch. What I'll do, I'll slowly go down. So once again, in Patreon, $5, copy paste if you are too lazy to write this. And then otherwise, what you can do, you can give us $1. For $1 a month, I'm just gonna put random modules, like not small ones, random big ones or a couple of small ones, modules every week, and then you can just copy paste that way, so you save a little bit of money. Otherwise, $5 will give you access to pretty much all of this stuff. Copy paste, go nuts. And the reason why it's $5 is because people don't appreciate free stuff. Simple as that. Why would I give this for free if people are not going to appreciate this? If you want this, either write it yourself or $5, just like that. Just lost a couple of subscribers and a couple of likes. Jokes on me. Cool beans. It's already have a couple of notes, but we're going to use ChatGPT to actually get all the detailed stuff for you, and then we're going to read through it. We'll do that in a second. Control S, close that. NoCertCyber. So it's all saved. Cool beans. Imports 2, going to have our template. Template is super important. We're going to change to tools, gedit one more time, template.py. What it is, it's the code that we use every single time, and we're going to look at it in 1 second. I'm just going to quickly scroll down so you guys can have a quick look. All it is a bunch of frames with the scroll bar and the text and then the button. And then we can copy paste this every single time when we make a tool. Now we're going to ask ChatGPT to write this, and we're going to see how we go. Control S, let's save. And close it. Wrong folder. Tools. That's good to go. So, no. We made a mistake. So what we're going to do, we're going to fix it, which will give you another command. What we can do, we can copy. CP will copy. And what you got to write is template. What we're copying first. And then you're going to write where we're going to copy. So we're going to go back and we're going to go into imports and we're going to copy into template.py. So as you can see, back, change it to imports, template.py. That will specify directory where it's going to go to. Enter. We can double check and have a look in imports. As you can see, it's copied it. Now we have to delete the old one. So to delete the old one, it's rm and template. If it's directory, you're gonna do recursive to delete everything in the directory, and tag F to make computer shut up and just do it. Tag F is force. We don't need to do any of that because it's just a single file. But if you do have a directory, tag R for recursive, and tag F. Same when you copy. You gotta use those tag R thing to copy more than one file. However, in tools, we will have a bash script, which I'll show you right now. Gedit, and it's gonna be imports ls for list 2.sh. .sh, it means it's a bash script, and all it is hash exclamation mark, which means it's a script. And then you gotta write what sort of shell it's gonna use for the script, which is /bin/bash. Bash is your shell, like the terminal is the bash. Ls for list is going to list everything in the opt skeleton imports too. So you get nmap.py, crowbar.py, all the other stuff. It's going to take the output. This straight up line means pipe. So this pipe will take the output, and instead of having it displayed in a terminal, it will take that output and use command cat on it. When you use PowerShell, it's the same concept. You'll request an object, and then that object can be manipulated into different ways. You can look in the parts of the object to grab parts of the objects for like a different executions, or you can print stuff from the object, and so on and so on. So what we're doing, we're listing all the stuff. The way it would look is ls, which will come up with all these different names. Then we'll take those names and then we cut them. So cut will then use dot to identify the position of the cut. Basically, you'll have something dot, something dot, something dot, and it will cut it. We're going to get rid of the pi, and we're going to use f tag 1. What we can do is can go cut tag help, and it will tell us exactly what f means. So select only these fields, which is pretty much first field, and D is delimiter. So delimiter identifies what you're cutting. So you can do it by space, you can do it by whatever, but in this case we're doing by dot because .py. Prints list of available Py scripts without .py. Perfect. Control S or save, close. Now let's clear this. I'm jumping gun a little bit. This script is used in the skeleton, so I'll just copy paste it now, but then we will go through the skeleton and have a look through all that stuff. Another thing we can do, we can go to skeleton, select imports, and we can drag it into here for new bookmark, please. New bookmark imports. Then we can do the same for the skeleton. And this way we can go imports, skeleton, or working. Also handy. So whenever we're doing our projects, it's really handy to have quick links just to go to them. And then you can execute from here. Let's have a look at our template first. What we can do, we can right click, open in terminal, and then go Python 3 template tab. And that's what a template looks like. We have a title, which we'll replace with whatever tool we're using. We got the module information, which is like copy paste your variable for like nmap information, cal information, whatever it is, and the new terminal button. So that opens new terminal. So this is a template where we can copy paste and create every single tool from that. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to ask ChatGPT to write us this template. So we're in Firefox. Let's go to Google. Actually, you know what? I just Googled Google. That's fine. ChatGPT. Let's just jump into here. Try it first. All right, ChatGPT. Always be polite to ChatGPT because it might save your life. Can you please write Python script with Thinker? Is it Thinker? Oh God, why is it caps lock? I hope ChatGPT doesn't get mad if I yell Kinter, very close. Kinter to have text box with scroll bar and button to open Linux terminal. Boom. Oh, this is great. Look at that. It is, and it explains everything. Voila, you just wrote Python script. Congratulations. Welcome to 2025. And it's got the notes as well. So copy, open terminal, gedit, template, gpt.py. .py means Python. sh is bash extension for the script. .py is Python for the script. Control V, Control S. Oh God. Close that saving. Sudo NoCertCyber. Like and subscribe. Leave comments. Control S. Saved. Let's execute it. Python 3 template GPT. Let's have a look. So ChatGPT wrote this. Scroll bar. See, needs work, but that's cool. Open terminal. Voila. See, same thing. Same, but not as cool. So what we need to do, we need to move scroll bar. This is great, but can you please move scroll bar to the text and make it bigger to take up half of the screen with a title at the top saying template. Let's see if it does a little bit better. Oh, here you go. Boom, 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 boom. Very, very freaking impressive. And Kinter is already installed. By the way, use pip to install Python libraries. Pip for Python. Can I go Control? Oh, no. Control A. Copy. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Control A, Control V, Control S, and let's have a look. Better. Yeah, look at that. Voila. I don't like this. Pretty straightforward. If you look here, it's got all explanations. Function to open the terminal, GNOME terminal, subprocess run. Yep, pretty straightforward. The window itself, template is this at the top. Nope. Oh, this is actually better than mine because it's, wow, I should redo my stuff. That put me to shame. Mine doesn't do that. This is actually like expense. Oh dear, this is way better. Anyway, we've got create the main window, title template, which is at the top. Then we got set the size of the window. I need that. I'm going to copy that into my thing. Create a label for the title at the top. So we don't need that. This can go. Thank you very much. Control S. Close that. Rerun it. Alt tab will let you jump between different windows. Perfect. Wow, that's awesome. My template is shit compared to that. If you go template.py, see, mine doesn't do that. Mine stays. Man, this is cool. So, what we can do, we can take this delicious copy. Okay, so we're gonna go window one side, window another side. So this is mine. This is what I wrote with help of ChatGPT. This is what this got. This is all of my stuff, and this is what ChatGPT did. And hopefully we can just go and copy this. I really like that. This is amazing. And then it's gonna go here. But this is really important to understand the code, right? So see how it says root? So root is a variable that it's using, and the root is here. So when it creates a frame, it creates tk frame root. My frame is not that. My frame is main frame here, and it's GUI box. So I think if I copy GUI box and change that to GUI box and go like this, that should sort everything out. Let's go Control S and try. So I'm gonna go Alt Tab to the terminal. Oh, okay, interesting. Need more work? Let's have a look. Right, so this is another thing I found here. Expand equals true. Do I have that? So my frame here is row, column. I'm using multiple frames so I can have buttons and stuff assigned. So what if I go like this? If I copy that and put it here. Control S. Let's see if that fixes the thing. Okay. TK dot. So geometry will open that specific size. TK dot frame. Okay. Oh, it's using Tinker STK. Okay, that's progress. So we're using the grid, but it wants us to use. I'm gonna get rid of that. Oh, okay. Look at that. Then that doesn't move. Oh dear. Alright, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna cheat again. I'm gonna copy this and use ChatGPT to fix it, because I don't know how to. And that's great. Can you please fix my code to work and make detailed explanation what everything does? Oh no. Okay, too detailed, too detailed. Oh, here you go. Boom. Perfect. Let's scroll up. So this is a script that we put in that didn't work, which I kind of wrecked it. Okay, so let's see if it actually worked. Control S. This is actually super exciting, to be honest. Yeah, so we're gonna go Python 3 template and see if it runs. Okay. It did not fix it. No, ChatGPT didn't fix it. I guess we're better off using template GPT. Wow, what a shame. Let's try one more time. Can you please fix it so text box expands and with the window too? Okay, so I think it did that. Updated copy. So you guys can see it's extremely easy to actually code because we just wrote this with ChatGPT with no issue whatsoever. Wow. Okay, alright. I'm gonna use ChatGPT's template. That's fine. It's way cooler. I admit defeat. It did better job than me. Alright, so I pasted back my original template. See, when I run my template, it opens the whole entire thing. You got the scroll bar, and everything is designed with the sizing of the window. Yeah, so this is pretty much... It's too wide now. What's going on? Man, this is way better. I'm gonna have to rewrite my crap to use this. This is cool. Bruh. Bruh. This is actually extremely good. My template was based off like some ChatGPT and some Google stuff, like some YouTube videos. Just, oh man, just like a bunch of random stuff available, right? But this stuff has got all of the notes, exactly what everything does. And it's way better. This is just way better. Forget about this template. Alright, so next contender is Codium. So Codium is also AI and it writes code. Let's have a look. Live. And so we don't cheat. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go all the way to the top. And I'm going to copy that and give exactly the same instructions. Okay, so we did import OS, give us a title. Codium, that's a lot shorter. Control C will stop what I was running. Yep, happy days. Codium.py. Sudo. I should really write just sudo su and just do everything as sudo. Control S, save, let's have a look. It's still got descriptions what it's doing, not as detailed as ChatGPT. Surprised, I was expecting better from Codium. Tab, Codium, let's have a look. Okay, so text box, open terminal works. Is it? No, look at that, It does not. It does not extend with the window. Can you please make... It didn't make the mistake of having scroll bar in the wrong spot. Interesting. Can you please make text box expand with window size? Copy. So we got Codium. Control V, Control S. Less code, GPT, I don't know, ChatGPT. Is ChatGPT winning? Let me know in the comments, for sure. For sure. Is it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. That's hot. That's very hot. Okay. Can you please make it so it opens in the size of half of the screen? Go away. Let's see. Half of the screen. Codium. Control A, Control V. It's still very small. Look how much less code it takes to do the same thing. Okay. It's definitely smarter. It's 100% smarter. And I feel like it didn't make the same mistakes. No, it didn't do the thing. Sadly, that didn't work. Can you make original size 950 by 900? Let's see if that did it. Control A will select all of it, and then Control V will put the new. Very interesting. Come on, Control C. No, it can't do it. How about ChatGPT? Okay, new. So we're gonna start again, and we're gonna go here. Control D, and write. You coded great. That's because you wrote it. Can you please make it open in size of half of my screen? Updating the size. Oh, I wonder if Oh, doing half and half. Oh, you have to be more specific. Sorry, half of the screen on the right with full height of the screen. No problem. So nice. Okay, look at that. Let's see if that works. Copy. So it's still got all these awesome details, and let's see if it now works the way we want it. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is freaking amazing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's our template. Yep. This is freaking perfect. Wow. ChatGPT. Okay. Let's give Codium one more try. Let's give Codium the same way, exactly the same imprompt we did to ChatGPT, and see if the Codium can fix it. Boom. Let's see. Codium's got less code, but can it pull it off to do the same thing? That's a real question. Dude, this is so much fun, eh? If you guys not playing with this stuff, wow, you're missing out. Like, this is freaking awesome. So let's close this because it's quicker. Man, that's freaking crazy good. This is so freaking good. Codium? Nah. You saw Codium. ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a winner! I mean, you can still do the window. I mean, it's cool. And ChatGPT used the borders. Let's actually... There's only one thing you can do. Yeah, look at that. Which one do you like it better? Why is this not? There you go. Which one do you like it better? ChatGPT or Codium? It's got borders, no borders. All it is just a variable here. You can change that right here. Padding for the frame padding. That's what does that border here. Codium only got padding for Y. Y is up and down, so it's got padding on the top and the bottom. ChatGPT got so much code. Oh man, this is hard. I think ChatGPT is a winner because it actually followed our instruction. But then, like, why is this importing OS? What's OS for? I don't know. I'm just gonna close both of them and just look at the code. Oh man, VMware, why are you so slow? Oh wow, VMware, you're letting me down. VirtualBox never had. Oh no, something went wrong. Error. Why? Alright guys, if you guys got the same issues with VMware and it's slow, I'm not gonna judge. VirtualBox is waiting. But remember, Security Onion won't work on it. I just want to say it's extremely good. The Python coding through ChatGPT and Codium is just freaking amazing. Like, what else can I do? I want to compare the code. I want to see why Codium can write such a shorter code. That's insane. Oh, I can't do the window. The window doesn't work. What a stitch up. ChatGPT. Where's all this extra code coming from? It's so smooth. Oh, so it's doing OS system, no term. Okay, subprocess is way cooler than OS system. I would use subprocess over that. Oh, so it's getting info of the windows. Look how smart it is. It's checking the pixels to adjust the pixels to the size of the window. And then look, geometry, doom. And then it's doing the root. This is your root, TK frame, pack, same, padding, fill. Yeah, so it's filling the window and expanding it true. And it's creating the text box. Both of those done really well. I think ChatGPT done a little bit cooler thing with the calculating the pixels and actually opening it where I want it to open. I'm gonna use ChatGPT to go over skeleton. Wish me luck. First, I'm gonna show you what skeleton looks like right now. So we're gonna go Python 3 skeleton. And as you can see, it opens up in the full length of the window. And then you can just half it. And then the sizing is wrong right now for half of the window. So it actually works poorly. I think if we go full screen. Okay, so in full screen, the sizing is good, and that's what it's designed for. So when I wrote the script, it was designed for the full screen. So it takes all the pixels, and then as you can see, that works very well. However, because we are in Yeah, because we're in this mode, it doesn't actually have all the pixels, so it cuts the script off. What we're going to do, we're going to go and give ChatGPT the script that it wrote. So we're going to go here, template GPT, Control A, Control C, take this script, boom. Okay, sweet. So it takes the script. I'm going to go and open skeleton. Control V. Yep, cool. It's writing all in notes. Okay, sweet. Can you please modify to behave same way as first script, but open on the left side of the window and make detailed notes in new script. Let's see. Oh wow, look at that. Oh yeah. Whoa, that looks good. Let's see if it works. So sudo gedit skeleton main 3. This is awesome. So Control V, Control S, close, and then run it. Okay, so we're gonna try and make ChatGPT to scale all the stuff to the window. See if that works. Can you please make all the text boxes and buttons to adjust to the size of the window? Okay, let's see. Because if we open this, see it doesn't move either, like the template. Nope, can't do it. So I tried to get ChatGPT to fix the script, and that's what we got. So it couldn't get the script working. I think it's too complicated. We can't wrap the whole entire concept for it. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna delete it. I'm gonna show you a quick command how to delete it. It's sudo, because it's root privileges, rm skeleton main 3. Which is ChatGPT 1, and then we don't need to put anything else really. That should delete it. That's fine. Refresh, and it's good to go. Can you please write detailed explanation of my code in the code? And put the code, skeleton, and that should explain everything. Boom, perfect. That's exactly what I want. Let it do its thing. So when I was doing coding in like 2009, 2010, it didn't have anything awesome like that. Like, this is freaking amazing. You literally put in the code and it tells you exactly what everything does. Like, that's so OP. That is insane. Like, anybody can code anything they want. Okay, so I had a quick break overnight, and here's the plan. So skeleton doesn't work the way I want it. It doesn't adjust to the scale of the window, and it's kind of like not perfect, and I'm gonna spend time actually making it right. If we look at the script that ChatGPT wrote, it's absolutely perfect. Does the window, does the button, and you can move it around. It's perfect because it adjusts the text box to the sizing. I think what I'm going to do, use ChatGPT to adjust this to have multiple buttons at the bottom. Have a look at the code, try to put skeleton into here. Just ask to make 3 terminal buttons at the bottom. Can you please adjust my code to make 3 buttons in the row to start terminal window? Let's go. Alright, how does it... Okay, so here. It's already wrote some stuff in, but that's the code. So this is where we wanted to see. We got rows and columns. So it's using the grid system and it's using the buttons for the grid, but the text should stay the same. So here's a text box which goes into the frame text box expand, scroll bar, okay, perfect. And then it creates button frame. I'm gonna go to sudo su because everything is root. I'm gonna do gedit template, control paste, control V, control S, Python 3 template test, and let's have a look at it. Okay, sweet. So that's perfect. And now we can try and build all our other stuff on top of that, and we'll just look through the code. So this is all the same. So it's creating the frame and then attaching the frame to the root with the pack, frame.pack, and then the grid. Grid is fine, and then grid goes to absolutely new frame, which is TK button frame. Alright, that makes sense. Let's try that with the skeleton and see what it does. So we're gonna go with gedit skeleton main 3.py. We're gonna take all the stuff out of the skeleton and copy it, paste it into version 3 and save it, then reopen it, put it side by side, and then we can copy stuff out of template test into the skeleton, or vice versa. So we have all our functions already defined. We got our title. The first changes are here. We need to put this code in, which is already in the skeleton. So that will grab the pixels from available screen, and it'll do the division for the half the screen with the full height. So the positioning, I already adjusted that. So we want it to be on the right. So therefore we have 0 offset from the left side of the screen. So see, originally it was offsetting half of the screen width to go to the right, whereas this is going to open on the left. Functions are not going to change, and that's where all the tricky stuff is. So we got frame main with the GUI box, which just creates the frame for the text. So frame main going to be replaced with the pack. And we can decrease the padding to 5 so it's not as noticeable. So we have all this code here which will have to be adjusted. So that's all our drawings into the boxes. So we'll have to create new button frame. So this is going to create a placeholder for the button and adjust that to GUI box. And that can be also 5. So for the box, we have to change this. This is where the text box goes. Adjust that for the size and make it wrap TK word. So this is just word. We can get rid of that. And the text box and this should all work okay. There's no need to change that. Change the fill to Y. Okay, so now we got the buttons. So I got frame button 1, frame file names, and frame selection. So we can get rid of the message because the button is no longer go into the frame message. So that's going to be replaced with the pack. So that's a pack we need to expand it both ways. This is going to become frame, because frame is our main, because that's where it's going to pack. This is going to attach itself to this. So now we have a button frame that can go because it's no longer using the text for it. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Row 0, row 1, row 2, row 3. And let's save and have a look what we've done. See if it still works. Okay, Python skeleton main 3, let's have a look. Okay, so error with the root win info, line 53. We can just control F for root. So that's going to be GUI box instead of root. So save that, try again. Let's go. Another error, line 169. So we're not using TK like here. So this is a thing, tinker as TK. So we're not using TK, so we don't need that. So save, try one more time. Scroll bar, text box. So we're going to replay this with the scroll bar from here. So that's going to become frame main because we got rid of the message. Save, have a look. Okay, not bad. So it's work with the extension. This is off. This has to be redone. The button looks okay. We gotta sort out what's going on here. So all these columns putting restrictions on the sizing. So we don't want that. Column spam. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And let's see how it looks. Okay, cool. So we need to sort this out. Okay, we're getting closer. We need to make this extended. That's a lot better. A lot better. We do need to fix this. Column 0, column 0, column 2. So we got 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. So that should be 3, 3, 3. Let's save that and have a look if that fixes the issue. Why is it floating as an independent box? Okay, so it's this frame section buttons, frame section buttons, frame section. So we're going to put that as a frame section as well. And let's see what happens. Okay, that makes sense. Can we put button together? Can we go row 1 as well? Because if we both have in the same row, same column, let's see what it does. Puts the button right over it. Cool, 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 cool. It's getting very close to what we need. Let's shorten this box here. Width 30. We're gonna go back to this frame selection buttons. Put frame selection buttons, row 1, row 2, column 0, just here, column 0. So that's all in the same spot. And then frame selection button is gonna go inside frame selection. So we got frame selection, so frame selection. So we have our frame selection row 1, column 2. So it'll be row 1, column 3. 1, 3. Let's save and have a look. Ta-da! Yeah, we fixed it. Oh, that's cool. Check this out. And now all our stuff stretches. Okay, that worked out really freaking well. I just want to change this. Maybe put more sizing here. Let's have a look at my IP. Okay, label. Maybe we can make that label a little bit smaller. Let's make it 28. Oh yeah. Sweet. That's exactly what we wanted. We adjusted the sizing. So now the buttons come in for this half of the screen. However, if we change the view to full screen, if we still use skeleton, it will just adjust the box. Yeah, awesome. Can I go like this? Oh, sweet. Look at that. Fantastic. So it goes to the minimum size of the box and then shrinks over the buttons and stuff. That is freaking awesome. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put this one more time through ChatGPT to make as many detailed notes as possible. And then we're gonna go through all the notes and that's gonna be it for the video. But like, look at this. With a little bit of help of ChatGPT and a little bit of our own ingenuity, we recorded skeleton to work and format itself. And I'm super happy with this. It's actually worked out really freaking well. Alright, so let's close this. Let's save that. Let's go back to ChatGPT, start new session. New session. Got it. How can I assist you today? Can you please make very detailed explanation for my code with notes in the code? Absolutely. Boom. Send it. Here's the code. Let's go. So now it's going to go and add all the notes to the code. You can see them already. No, it didn't go all the way through. It's only done most, like half the code. You didn't go through all the code, only half. So it's doing pretty hard yards right now. It's like running through all the stuff. Let's have a look. So it's talking about the imports, tells you what Kinter is, datetime, subprocess, system, and it talks through the variables, global variables, right? So you have to use this stuff to make stuff work. Then it talks about the functions, opens a port in the system using IP tables command, saves the contents of the text into the working directory, loads content from the file into the text box, clears the text box and inserts main message, fetches IP address from ifconfig, pretty straightforward. IP address displays an IP input field and sends the current timestamp. So it's a selected penetration test stage from the selected list, displays additional information about the selected modules, runs the selected penetration test module, then talk about the frames, and then the buttons, summarizes everything. It's pretty cool. Like, if you don't know what something does, you can go to ChatGPT and have another look through it. I think most of it is pretty straightforward. Like, you've seen the code. Templates were really helpful. This is original code, which wasn't really doing what I wanted because it was formatted to specific pixels. With help of ChatGPT, we went through everything and now we have this sexy code. This is important. I'm pretty sure I've already mentioned this. Without this coding UTF-8, you're not going to be able to write skeleton the way it is. This is all the imports through the system. Pip is how you install stuff for the Python. So we got user IP as a default, which is your 127, which is your pretty much loopback. Then you got all of your selections. Here they are. You can add more of them. It's just a list. Then you have the main message, which goes into the text box. Then you draw the main GUI box, which is the whole entire frame. Title goes here. Then we find the pixels, so we can format everything to the window, which we just did in this video, and you saw how we did it. I tried to do it yesterday and there was a bit of stuff around. It didn't work. I didn't try Codium. Maybe Codium could have helped as well. I think with a little bit of your own understanding how the code works, we managed to actually make it. This is freaking awesome because like the fact that I can go full screen and it'll adjust itself to the full screen with like moving the box up and down. I'm so freaking happy about it right now. Like, you guys have no idea how happy I am right now about it. Auto adjustment to the screen. This is like next level. This is way more professional than what I was making before. So this is grabbing the pixels. This is doing the geometry, dividing it to the full length and half of the screen. This is where it's placing geometry. So positioning 0, it's a 0 offset. Before it was a half of the screen. For the other side, which we're going to use for other modules. So the idea is to have your main skeleton module as a command and control with all your tools on the other side on the right. So that's why the template goes on the right. Skeleton goes on the left. Then you have your buttons. So open click. This one is ports. So open ports is open. Save is save. Load is load. New is new. My IP. I'm pretty sure it's a change my IP. My IP click change. So find my IP is my IP. My IP is this. Change IP. We can actually, you know what? We'll go through the buttons anyway. Open. We're gonna go open port. Open port 444. Open port, so it will give the message that it's done opening the port. It will do the IP tables in the background to do that. Save, it just saves in the working directory. So if you go and do demo, press save, it's saved in the working directory. I'm pretty sure it's heaven because it doesn't have permission. Let's restart this. Yeah, so no permissions. Permissions denied. You gotta run it as a sudo. Because remember, all our structure is root structure in the opt folder, because that's opt folder like automatically requests your root privileges. Okay, so let's do the port 1 2 3 4 demo and save something. Save. Let's see if that worked. So here you go, demo. That worked. That means we can also do load. Yep, new. We'll refresh everything. Oh, check this out. It's actually using the wrong network. We want to put that through our red network. Look at that. Almost gave you my IP address. Don't think so. So that should readjust. Let's restart that. And then we can check the IP, go find my IP, perfect, and change my IP. Because I was doing the demo and I clicked find my IP and it was 192 IP and I'm just like, oh dear, what's going on here? But yep, that's fine. So now we got time. all it does, it rips the datetime now and then formats that into format I want and then adds it to the end of the box. What we got next? Pick pen test. So that's all this stuff. But that's all going to be empty because we don't have anything in our imports. And then run modules will run whatever we select, which you saw in the demo. And then we have the complicated framing. So we have main frame, which just goes inside and it's got padding of 5 and 5. So that's what you see here. That's a 5 and a 5, that little gap. Fill both, that means it's going to expand both ways and expand true. Then we have our button frame. So button frame is this one here on the bottom. Main frame, button frame, and then all the buttons go in that. Then you see here, everything goes into button frame. So this is frame button 1. That's all of this. Frame file name, frame selection. And then frame selection buttons. This is its own box that goes inside here to make everything works that you saw that we edited because it wasn't formatting properly. And then we're just drawing everything. So we got the text box, pretty much wraps and how big it is. And it's talking about how it's going to be on the left. It's going to fill both ways and expand. And you got the main message, which is what skeleton is here. That's this bit. That's pretty much gets inserted. And then you view from the bottom. So whenever you add more stuff, it goes to the bottom. And then you got scroll bar, which is attaches itself to the frame main. On the right, fill Y. So this is it. Then you got configuration for the text box and the scroll bar. Scroll bar is SB. See how it's all attached to each other. Link the text box to the scroll bar. Enable scroll bar to scroll through the text box. So we can actually scroll through. Then we got the buttons. So all the buttons goes into the grids. So they all go bam, 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 bam. It all starts from 0, 0 column, 0 row, and then you just place them into the grid. You can have a look through all of these. That's pretty straightforward. Most of the stuff you can pick what it is. So you got my IP here, and that's where my IP would go. And then if you got change my IP, change my IP. So it's all names of the buttons or text fields. Then you got this bit here, populate list box with each pentest stage. That's for this bit here. It takes the selection list. So yeah, for item in pentest chain, it's gonna add them into the actual list. So pentest chain is all the way at the top. It's a variable pentest chain here. That's what we're talking about. That's a list of all the stuff that goes into here. Yeah, it's just all drawing stuff. And then this runs the GUI in the loop. So this is like a while loop, which keeps the box open. So this is it. This is quite a long video. We made skeleton way better than what it was before. And that's the goal. This is probably stage 1. In a couple of years, it might be like even cooler and better. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about this. I think it's freaking awesome and it's super helpful. Subscribe and like the video. You guys doing an awesome job. I hope you guys gonna play with ChatGPT and Codium. Do what I did. You know, it was a mind opener how well Codium codes. 10 lines to do what ChatGPT takes 20 lines. This is freaking amazing. ChatGPT did pull off better formatting. Like ChatGPT did help us to actually do what we asked him to do, except the scroll bar. Scroll bar was a big fail. I'm having a great time making these videos. I know they're a bit long, but they're really detailed, and I hope you guys are learning so much from it. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a great time and actually following through and building your own environment. Great job. Keep it up. You're going to be good at cyber and in IT in no time. Kick off that interest and just stick to it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. While I was editing the video with all the skeleton code, I made a couple of changes, so I'm just quickly going to go through them at the end of the video. First of all, we had to add new import, which is time. The reason it is, we had to use a sleep function to slow down the code so we can execute some stuff before it pulls the files from the text document that the previous code saves output to. We introduced the checkbox ports variable, which is an integer variable used for the checkbox, and it will have value of 1 and 0, which you will see in 1 second. The checkbox ports, it's the checkbox here, and all it does, it adds itself to the frame file name, which is this box here. It have text of port list, and variable is checkbox ports variable, which you seen defined earlier. On value equals to 1 and off value equals to 0. This way we can use if to check the value of the box. Another small change was me adding the padding. I changed 5 to 3 to make it a little bit more compact to give me more room, because I was adding this checkbox here. And I also changed the name from set file name to save load file name here, just to save a little bit of space. This is the open port function. As you can see, first of all, it's gonna read the port number. If the port number stays as the port number, then nothing's gonna happen. The way you can have not equal to is exclamation mark equals, and that's automatically becomes not equal to. That's basically saying opposite to equal. We're defining if with the port number, and whenever we change the port number to actual port, it will then execute everything. We're using IP tables to take the input for TCP port, and with the port equal to whatever number you enter, make a rule accept to let the traffic all the way through. So if you open the port, it will open the port. We can open multiple ports. And what I have done, I added the checkbox just so you can see if these open ports actually worked and check if everything worked the way it's supposed to. So we tick the box, open the port, and what it does, it runs the function. If the checkbox port equals to 1, which is on, it will then execute IP tables list. I couldn't make it so it outputs IP tables list into the file, so I just used caret, which is your arrow into the file. Make sure you use true path. What happens is the output of these IP tables will go directly into that file. Because this was taking time and IP tables output was opening the file, which was still being written to if there's multiple ports open, it was getting empty folder with nothing in it because it was still being written into. So what I did, I used the trick of using time sleep 1 to slow down the function to give time for the IP tables list to write actual data into the port details.txt. I took the output from port details.txt and just read it into a variable, which made it a string, and then literally added to the text box, inserted at the end with the N, which means next line. You looking at the end of the box. So it will then write to the box, scroll all the way to the bottom, and that's what you can see here. This is all the ports we opened: HTTP, alternative 8080, 444, HTTPS, SSH, and 5555. Everything worked in this function successfully. This way, if you don't trust the code, you can always double check if it worked. Here we go, done. So far you guys done a great job. I'm really happy if you guys following the videos. You guys are amazing, and I can't wait to do next video, which is going to be Nmap, and we're going to do some really cool stuff on it. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video.